everybody so far so good. Everybody's okay, and they are happy because we are going to visit them in end of February. End of February we are flying.
Wow, very nice.
We don't know yet exactly when.
Does she have wine too they're getting, or no wine?
No
today?
wine.
No wine. We stopped wine, just like at the Catholic churches. No one on Shabbat for two people.
Ah, but hopefully they're more coming. Usually they are coming less than me.
We've only got 2 more minutes.
No, they come late.
Yeah. 2 more minutes.
10.
8.
Eight.
After mine.
Yeah, it's a Jewish 6:30, so they might not get here till 7.
Yeah.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom, it's over.
You were walking out of that.
It happened before.
I know. It's years ago. They used to have, when they had it at the church one time. We came, and you know Austin and Beth. Anyway, Beth was with us, and Austin was coming from the train, and I think his train was a little late. By the time he walked over to the church, service was over.
A couple of years ago, when we had started Shabbat services here, when we moved back home, 6:30 service, 7:30, I think 6-7 people came. And I was closing, so what's happening?
We thought it'd be longer.
It's not happening very well.
Just on that house.
Yeah, you have to come on the high holidays if you want to walk service.
It's one with my ex-neighbors, that I used to be in Chicago, They used to go to the Shabbat and
Yeah.
they were always invited. They had to be there.
Yeah.
7:30 service, 7:30 door closed. So they were all very nice. And she was always late. Dr. Smith, James, let's go, let's go. I was not.
Normal.
And he was so, he was one young, he was a boat soldier. Very good. Dr. Smith. He was so nice and calm all the way.
Except when his wife was late doing the services.
But when he didn't drive, he didn't like to drive, even he had car, his car, her car. One of their daughter's car used to be at the building, but went over somewhere and moved back. She was in New York and they moved back here. So anyway, but in the morning he didn't drive. She drove him in the morning to work, and afternoon he came back to the cab or so. And he was done already.
I have a surgery. We have to go. People are waiting. Good morning. Good evening. Happy, healthy New Year.
Hi, Happy New Year. How you doing?
Good. How are your babies?
They're good. Yeah,
Big.
they are getting bigger. Yes, they are. They are. They are.
I asked where the wine was. There's no wine anymore.
Ah.
Just like in the Catholic church. There's no wine anymore.
Looking for it?
They use it. Well, I only saw the
Ah.
services on Christmas Eve. They only.
Will you set up a little, just like some challah and a couple cookies for after?
Here or after
For
his
after.
house? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you later. You'll be back. You have a lot of keys. Are they all from here or your house? Those are all the temple keys. And you gotta really lock it up.
And he might be used as a
Yeah, that's what they call us. Do you need one? You want yours?
Will they have a TV show to start? Is my father's name on there?
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I invite you to join me in singing Yai Lai Lai. You should have received a blue prayer book on your way in. If you didn't, you can raise your hand, and Larry, our board representative, will be happy to run one to you. But you don't need that quite yet. We'll offer these traditional words, Yai Lai Lai, to start our service together, and I invite you to join me in singing. Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Happy New Year. Welcome to those of you who are joining us here in person. Welcome to those of you who are joining us via our live stream. It is wonderful to be here for the first Shabbat of 2023, our new year. It seems hard to believe that it is already the first Shabbat of the new year. And here we are, ready for what a new year brings. Maybe looking back and thinking about what has happened in and over the past year, and looking ahead to maybe what's next, or maybe what's happening right here in this moment. So we welcome you into this space, this opportunity for Shabbat, this opportunity for rest and peace. As we welcome in Shabbat with the lighting of our Shabbat candles on page 2.
I invite you to join me in singing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We welcome in Shabbat with Kabbalat Shabbat, where we receive Shabbat. And it's an opportunity where we welcome Shabbat with psalms, with songs, and with an opportunity to prepare ourselves for the rest of our service. So we will turn to page
14.
There we go, 14. Or Zarua Lat Tzadik, the bottom verse of Psalm 97 on the bottom of the page. Please join with us.
Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha.
We'll turn to page 20 as we welcome in the Sabbath bride, the Sabbath queen, L'chadodi.
We'll use the same melody that we began our service with this evening. And I know we only sang it a couple times, so we'll remind ourselves of that melody with Yai Lai Lai before switching to the refrain on the top of page 20, as well as verses 1, 2, and 9. Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai. La 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 l'chadodi, li li likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela. Kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmiyanu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litchila. Kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Yalla l'chadodi, li likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'beracha. Merosh mikadam נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. יאי לה לך דודי, לי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. יאללה לך דודי, לי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. פוי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. יאללה לך דודי, לי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה. Kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We are gathered together as one community in prayer as we recite together and sing together the words of Baruch Hu. Page 28, you may rise in body or spirit.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai.
You may be seated. We'll read together on the top of page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv, aravim. We move now from a prayer about God's creation of day into night to Ahavat Olam, where we think about God's everlasting love for the people Israel, and how do we define that love? That love is defined through Torah. We'll join together on page 32, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael. Mishpatim otanu limata. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta. Otanu limata, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael.
We transition now to the words of Shema, words that come from our Torah, the declaration that God is one.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We'll continue with Ve'ahavta, page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam veshivtecha bevetecha uvlechtecha baderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We'll continue on the top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We'll continue with the words of Micha Mocha, our song of redemption, hope, and freedom.
Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehi lo rosefele, nora tehi lo rosefele. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם לעולם ועד.
It's taught when we are teaching or learning about liturgy that there is kinds of liturgy called keva, and there's kind of liturgy called kavana. Keva is the fixed liturgy that you and we experience in our prayer book. What's written down, the prayers, even the readings that have been established in our newer prayer books, like the one that we used. And there's kavana. Kavana is what's not written in the prayer book. It's the intention that each of you bring to the prayers. It's the intention that we bring when we are talking about and leading the prayers. And it's an opportunity to add to our prayer experience, knowing that what is in this prayer book encompasses a lot, but doesn't encompass everything. So as we turn to our next prayer, the words of Hashkivenu, this is a prayer of peace, of protection. We pray that God will spread a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace over us and over the entire world. So I invite each of you who are here with us this evening or online with us to bring your own intention to this prayer. Who is it or what is it that you are praying for peace or protection over this evening? We'll join together on page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
The Amidah, the tefillah of our Shabbat evening liturgy, is kind of the pinnacle moment for this service. It's an opportunity where we offer 7 blessings of praise and thanksgiving on Shabbat. Please rise in body or spirit. We'll turn to page 46 as we offer the words, Adonai safatai tiftach, ufi agid tehilatacha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Adonai, sefatai tiftach, ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh Ha'akol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה.
You may be seated. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יחללוך סהה. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We'll pause now for a moment of our own silent reflection and meditation. We'll join together again on page 62.
Offer these words and pray for peace, the words of Oseh Shalom at the bottom of page 62. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, Amen. Oseh Shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
It is customary that on Shabbat, we offer a prayer for healing. Whether you are in need of healing spiritually or physically, emotionally, however that healing is needed, we pray for that now. If you are thinking of someone this evening who is in need of healing, you can hold their names in your hearts and minds as we offer together Misha Berach, page 253.
Misha Berach Avotenu Makor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Yisheberach imotenu b'kol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. $525,600 minutes. If it weren't for the musical Rent, I wouldn't know off the top of my head how many minutes are in a year. But there are certain numbers and certain ways of counting time that we have grown accustomed to since a young age. We're taught that there are 60 minutes in an hour and 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week and 52 weeks in a year. But another statistic popped out to me recently. 4,000 weeks. The length of the average American's lifespan. Approximately 77 years. Our society focuses a lot on time. There are apps and books to help us master time management, and of course, the calendars we keep on our phones and our walls, and of course, the devices in our pockets and on our wrist that alert us when it's time for a meeting or to take our medication. We're part of a culture that is extremely focused on time. And yet, it sometimes seems we are so focused on living and planning for the future, or maybe even beating ourselves up over the things we haven't yet accomplished, that sometimes we forget to live right now. To appreciate the fact that we have a finite amount of time to live, and we indeed have no idea how many minutes or how many weeks we might have. At the beginning of the new year, we often think about resolutions. What are we going to accomplish this year that we didn't in the past year? How are we going to get back on track and work out, or answer all of our emails, or reconnect with old friends? In a recent interview in The Atlantic, discussing Oliver Burkeman's book, 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mere Mortals, journalist Carolyn Mims Neese asked Burkeman, are New Year's resolutions worth making, considering we're all going to die? Burkeman's response was thoughtful and telling. He responded, confronting how short our lives are and how limited our time is
is actually a sort of precondition for doing meaningful things, including making personal changes. Bottom line, Berkman suggests that resolutions are fine as long as we are attempting to do something meaningful with our change, not setting unrealistic goals and beating ourselves up if we don't succeed in accomplishing them. As we know, we have limited time, and while resolutions can be helpful, let's use them as opportunities to make thoughtful and meaningful decisions about how we spend that precious time. This Shabbat, we read the final portion from the book of Genesis. The portion is called Vayehi, and Jacob lived. And Jacob lived 17 years in the land of Egypt, so that the span of Jacob's life came to 147 years. After many years of hardship, the death of his beloved wife Rachel, the loss of his youngest son Joseph, and the famine that brought him to the land of Egypt, Jacob died. The narrative continues, and when the time approached for Israel to die, a midrash from the 19th century expands on the meaning of this verse, connecting it to a verse from the book of Chronicles. For we are sojourners before you and transients like all our ancestors. For our days upon earth are like a shadow. There is no hope. The midrash teaches that our days are like a passing shadow. In other words, our days are fleeting. And there is no hope, meaning there is no one who doesn't expect to die. The midrash is a very clear reminder that our days are fleeting. We don't know how much time we have left to accomplish our goals, to be with family, to live our lives. And yet, the portion begins, Vayehi, and he lived. Well, his death is noteworthy. In this case, it was expected. In the final moments of Jacob's life, he makes his final request to be buried among his people, not in the land of Egypt. It's in his final moments of life that we see the human aspects of this portion. According to my calculations, Jacob lived 7,644 weeks. And while none of us know how many weeks we have left, our days are like shadows. As we continue into the new year, may we remember to live with awareness and hope as we journey through the hours, days, weeks, and years ahead. Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year.
Shabbat Shalom.
We turn now to our concluding prayers. Page 282, you may rise in body or spirit for the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושד ארץ, מושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Page 290. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lifted me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. This evening, the Sukkot Shalom community remembers Elsie Kaminsky, Isidore Kaminsky, Philip Plotkin, Robert Friedman, Alex Schlesinger, Alice Nowitzki, Ben Meisenberg, Doris Arnheim, Estelle Bly, William Collinger, Lynn Schuster, Elizabeth Shaker, Gerald Orem, Geraldine Pakowitz, Rhoda Greenberg, Seymour Lesnick, Jenny Levitt, Catherine Wynette Friedman, Marie Maines Handler, Andy Stein, Jill Colin Parker, Ralph Marshall Gorin. Are there any other names that you are remembering this evening? We'll rise together as we recite together the words of Mourner's Kaddish Kadisha tome, page 294. Yitzgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Belma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'gala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'elam olmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal, shmei d'kudusha b'richu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, Ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be an abiding blessing.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, Ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimeru, amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Just a few announcements before we do our final nigun. You may be seated if you would like. They aren't going to be that long. Just a reminder that on the weekend of January 20th, so Friday nights, Saturday morning for Torah study, and at family school, Rabbi Brian Immerman will be visiting us. We hope that you will come for an opportunity to meet him as we vote to confirm him as our next senior rabbi. On February 10th, a Friday at 6 p.m., a Simply Shabbat service where we will have the honor of installing Missy Bell as our Director of Education. So we hope you will join us that evening for services as well.
And if you're here with us in person, we hope that you'll stay for a brief but lovely Oneg Shabbat where we can get a chance to say hello to you from not up here on the bima. There's refreshments, challah, juice, and a couple of other treats just outside the doors right after the service is over.
Shabbat Shalom. Please sing with us.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year.
Shabbat Shalom.